Peace, love, and blessings to all. I am virtuosathegoddess, and I am here with you today on this wonderful March 1st to give all of my twin flames, soul flames, soul mates, twin souls, whatever humanly title you want to put on your love. I'm here to shed some light, some knowledge, and a little bit of wisdom and insights, and anything that I can give, any way I can be of service to you guys. We are approaching the new year, which is the spring equinox, which is the new year, when everything blooms and grows. That is the official new year. We will be approaching that this month in March 2020. I'm excited. I hope everyone has set their intentions so that you may manifest the love and life and everything that is in alignment with divine will and you as a co-creator. Welcome anyone that is new to my channel. Welcome anyone that is revisiting. Welcome subscribers. I love you all. Thank you very much for joining me. Without further ado, let's get started. First, I want to acknowledge the divine, without whom I would not be here. That is the number one creator, the creator of all souls, of the original twin flames, the first couple of twin souls, soul flames, Asar and Aset, and then they begot Haru, as some of you may call Jesus or Horus, or he has many names, because when you find the three, you find the one. And because one is of the three, and three is of the one, and that is the Holy Trinity. I also want to call in my ancestors, the 12 archangels, or the Elohim. I also want to call in the elemental spirits of the mineral, animal, earthly kingdom on this plane, and any of my spiritual team that serve my highest good. Well, they all serve my highest good. They're my spiritual team. I also want to acknowledge them, and I have all elements present in the room. And let's get started to see what is currently going on, what energies are available for us. So I pulled some cards so that I can make this a pretty short video so it doesn't take 14 hours to upload on YouTube. Firstly, let's start with Divine Feminine as the Justice card. So Divine Feminine is balancing herself, her energy. She is submitting to the divine and any of the downloads and information that she's receiving. She is being very truthful at this time and also receiving rewards in the heavenly realm for all of her deeds. So I would want to say that the Divine Feminine is currently in a stage of manifesting. And the Divine Masculine is in Hangman position. He is right now receiving information also from the divine. He is in ultimate surrender right now. Most of the divine masculines are in a unknown territory, unknown situation. They're going through transitional periods. We're all being suspended in time. Divine masculine is in this position, and also not to mention the hangman came up twice for him. So he's really in hangman position. Yeah, he's really in a period of some. Now we're all on different parts of our journey, but for overall most part, he should be um, surrendering to the divine as well. So is divine feminine, because divine masculine is in the process of changing his perception of his situation, which is having to do with the 3D realm right now. Divine feminine is mostly concentrating in the upper dimensions, in the fifth dimension and above. Divine masculine is concentrating on the third dimension, and I'll get into that in a second. However, the energy connecting the consorts or the divine counterparts is judgment. And with the judgment, this is, we're all, so I guess the connection between divine masculine, divine feminine is experiencing a desired transformation from what was to what will become. And it's a slow one. There is moral awakening happening between the two. Things, the prophecy of divine feminine, divine masculine being in physical union is becoming a reality very slowly. And both are desiring this change. But things must happen in the third dimension on the earthly plane. So that's where this Seven of Pentacles comes in at. Because some are living at a distance. Some, financial situations won't allow them to be together exactly at this moment. So we have the Seven of Pentacles clarifying that judgment. So both this connection that you have with your loved one is being judged, and rewards and progress is being made. But the divine is assessing this situation on how to evolve it and to reward the divine couples on all of their work. So basically, to break that down, all your rewards and hard work that you've stored up in heaven shall be manifested here on earth. Divine feminine, this justice card, which is in my deck that I use, which is my Egyptian or my Ekupta tarot deck, or my ancient Kemet deck. It's the number 8 card here. 8 is abundance. And in this justice card, this divine feminine is holding scales. So these scales are balancing out. And divine feminine also has the Two of Wands. And so she's reflecting, strategizing, preparing. And we have the advantage, but we must make the correct choice. So also clarifying that, which I just said, is the Ace of Swords. And this ace comes from the divine. If you can see this fire and all this coming from the upper realms. which gives us, this is the sword of truth. The Ace of Swords is the divine handing down clarity, force, changes, things, visions, dreams, to clarify what needs to happen between these counterparts. That Ace of Swords will bring about on the masculine side this Ten of Pentacles, which is his success for this union, for abundance, for security, for an established life here on earth, legacy for his children, for, children to come. That's what this Ace of Swords is here right now to bring about on the masculine, for the masculines. For the feminines, the divine is handing this force and clarity of truth to bring in that health, the optimum health for the divine feminine, emotional stability, the love. Also, traditionally, the lovers represents, reunion in the physical, beginning of a new cycle for divine masculine and divine feminine. Also, it is divine feminine making the choice to always choose unconditional love and to override any temptation. Because always on my channel, Divine Feminine, I always mention temptation and how you will be tested. So this is test time. So will you choose yourself, which is choosing your masculine, if he's your divine counterpart, or will you choose another lesson? That is the question. So the divine has given you that force and clarity of truth to make changes that you need to move forward. Because remember, if you are dating multiple people other than the one that the divine has assigned you, it is simply a lesson, not boredom, because boredom, you can spend time alone and manifest and work on your creative side and going within and improving your life and your situations and all moving forward. But if you're bored and you decide to date, which I don't judge anybody, that is a lesson. If it is not your assigned counterpart, which we all came to earth to learn lessons, so no judgment. Moving right along. Also, clarifying divine feminine is the Empress. So every card here is telling a story. The Empress is 3. So divine feminine, you're aligned with divine energy. So stay on that path. If you notice in this card, it's not many graphics, but there is that light shining from the divine down on the divine feminine. That promise that the divine gave you of everything when you had your awakening is here. That creativity that you need to help manifest the things that helps bring you assurance is here. Divine feminine is in her ultimate femininity. So also divine feminine is walking away from conflict and defeat. And I can also agree with that I am tired of, I'm ready to master the things that I have not conquered when it comes to this earthly realm and the things that have caused me conflict. So I am working on conflict resolutions and ways to transmute the things that are not desirable in my life. And this is the 5 of Swords. So I am turning everything over to the divine. I am learning to totally submit those things from which I cannot change to the divine. And the things that I can, I'm asking for strength and the wisdom and knowledge to do my mission here on earth. So all divine feminines are in that role and currently manifesting. So everything divine feminine that you have called upon and are manifesting in the fifth dimension is here. The abundance is here, just in time for the spring. The heavenly mother slash father, creator, is here protecting you. And you are able to materialize everything in this physical realm, and it is on its way. This is the Empress is the step before manifestation. So divine feminine, you must clear blockages, any blockages to your abundance. Spend today or this week clearing them, clearing the way for the spring equinox. All right, so the divine masculine has the Three of Cups. Let me tell you, divine masculine is so happy in this connection right now. He is elated. I don't care what situation he's going through, how hard they're hustling with that Ten of Pentacles. The fact that we're at a standstill, the divine has basically stopped time so that he can change his perspective and reach this Ten of Pentacles. He is still elated and cheerful and joyful and happy and blissful. Yeah, his 5D self is just like, really like cheering his 3D self on. So he has the Three of Cups. Some would see that as a third party. I don't, because we have the devil in reverse, temptation in reverse. So he's working in the, and this is a 15 card, and 1 plus 5, 6 means that earthly plane. So he's let go of those attachments. He is in that stage. If you do not see progress in your masculine, or if you have not heard from your masculine, he is releasing toxic relationships, toxic situations, toxic substances, anything that he's dealing with, he's releasing. In between, connecting the two, is the moon. So both parties are in reflection, reflecting on their situations, the cycles that we're in. We're in this cycle right now. See, the divine has his hand, but there is growth. You see, the sun is still in that background. There's the moon, but the sun is also there. So the divine masculine, divine feminine are still manifesting together. This is a cycle. This is an intense cycle. What's going to happen this current week? I have no idea, because the energy changes so rapidly. However, I can tell you that divine feminine, from intuitively divine feminine, clear blockages. We lead the way spiritually. Clear any blockages, any spiritual blockages, 3D blockages, things that prevent you from being blissfully happy, like as the divine masculine is. The power. This power card, number 8. This is also an abundant number. Number 8. Number 8 this way is also the infinity symbol of the Lammas Day. This is also the strength card. Also, this is taming your beast. This is also mastering your lower self. Your higher self, mastering your lower self. That's what is connecting the two. So any situations, trials, tribulations, or any test or anything that you go through, I don't see an initiation here. However, anything that you encounter this week will be so that you can master your lower self. At the bottom of my deck was the Two of Swords, which is being able to make a decision. And to me, this represents being able to make a decision to choose your higher self. Higher self meaning your connection, you're choosing the godly way, mastering your godhood. That is why most people incarnate here, to master godhood, to become back one with the divine. And this is Earth School, and you must pass tests to be able to do that. So once you transform into the next dimension to be with your creator, your soul has evolved. That is the purpose of Earth School. So I have some other cards that I pulled, and as soon as I can find them, give me one moment. So I will say that while I look for my other cards, that Divine Feminine, this is time for Divine Feminine to step up. We step up in the spiritual realm. Divine Masculine steps up in the physical realm, because they love the physical realm. But, so Divine Feminine at this time, make sure you're making time to meditate, going within, lighting the way for Divine Masculine. He's your protector. Don't worry. Keep ascending forward. He will follow. He is ready. Also, I have some cards that I pulled. A lot of the cards that I pull from different decks are concentrating on soul retrieval, which is deep soul healing, going back to past situations that may have traumatized you, or that may be preventing your ego from taking a back seat to your higher self. Your ego, the ego evolution, is what we're working on with this soul retrieval. Two cards are concentrating on, I pulled two cards that mention soul retrieval. That is, to work your light card, it says protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Cut the cords meaning go through a meditation and cut the cords from any past relationships that are preventing your soul from evolving. As you can see, there's the evolution of someone's soul here. Okay, so that needs to be done, Divine Feminine. You can work on that today or any day that you have the time. Soul retrieval, deep soul healing with the goddess. Okay, so soul retrieval. Do that. Go back in time in your mental space during meditation. Visualize yourself. Look up any cord cutting videos where someone took your power, maybe as a child, maybe someone, maybe you were molested, abused, any of those situations. Go back, thank them for the lesson, forgive them is the most important thing, and cut the cord from that situation so that we can move forward on our path of destiny. Also pull the Council of Light card. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. There is your spiritual team here, Divine Feminine, to help you ascend at this time. I call on my ancestors and acknowledge my ancestors always, because they are with me and I feel them, and I ask them to make themselves known. So break the chains. Our ancestors are here to help us. They are watching over us to help us, because this card says break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Those such things as generational curses. If you are on this channel, you are a light worker. You are here to break those ancestral bloodline chains. Those things that they say are generational curses that you must, that before this time we had to accept. So we are no longer there. The divine has given us the tools and the insight and the awakenings to break those chains, so that the next generations, we are rewriting this DNA, or what they call epigenetics. We are preparing the way for heaven on earth. So if you're on this channel, I need you to believe that, because I hope that all your wishes and dreams and your co-creation and alignment with the divine come true. So divine feminine, we're the phoenix rising. So divine feminine is rising from the ashes. And I would say the divine masculine is also, because you mirror each other. Once you let down that pride and get on the divine stride, that is what's happening now. And also we have the alchemy card, transmuting all that negativity into positivity right now. That's what this cycle is about. And healing any past issues. We have a lot to clear. And love, having that unconditional love for oneself and her masculine, having it for herself and taking care of yourself. Divine feminine is having love for that masculine energy, and he does feel it. And also we have the divine patience. Divine feminine having patience. And we also have the past life present power, the many spiritual faces of you, going into meditation, realizing that you may be living on earth, but you are not of earth. Most of us are star seeds, indigo, crystalline children, here to do work on earth. You came in human form, but you are an earth angel, fallen angel. And you came to help and assist during this time. And because of that, you are being resurrected, reborn, anew. But you must submit and surrender to the divine for this to happen. So just embrace that ultimate divine feminine, because the ancient mother, Osset, is also assisting. She came up in this card. That is what this card represents. So feminine, this is in your hands right now to give birth and help resurrect the masculine, as Isis or Osset resurrected Osar or Osiris from his death. So in order to do that, you must rise. And I can't stress that enough. Divine feminine, the ball is in basically your court. Divine masculine is in hangman, working in the physical. So now it's time for divine feminine for you to lay the groundwork down up in the upper realms by manifesting and thinking positive. Because right now, divine masculine wants his fifth dimension self is telling you that right now, he's focusing on finances and career. And that may also come up for divine feminine as well. But he wants you to remain lighthearted. Flirt with him. Lend your lighthearted energy to him and others around you. And he wants you to know that this is the romance of a lifetime. And I do want to briefly, before we close this reading, which every time I say I'm going to make a short reading, it's always 30 minutes, because I only do a weekly readings at this time, because I think doing daily readings may have been too much. So right now, this past life present power card is basically saying that this is dealing with the divine feminine, as I stated, that our souls are growing in order to be of service to humanity. So we're now integrating past life abilities and being guided to shift internally, go within and experience, to bring out that power and spiritual abilities. So they're going to be restored to us right now at this time. And this will help us on our path. Using our intuition also is very important. Fasting is going to be important to awakening, another level of awakening. And anything that we need to know in order to heal will come into our awareness and will be presented to us, probably through other people and situations. So just pay attention to that. I love you all. I wish you all many blessings this week. And until the next time, I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.